Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Tuesday, September 17th, around 9 p.m. Mountain Time, 2024. The full harvest supermoon is in all its glory, as well as a partial lunar eclipse peaking now. We also have an eruption on the East Rift Zone at Kilauea to discuss. Keep calm. It's boom time. Warning issues at Lake Mead as temperatures drop and winds increase. The good news, Lake Mead has recovered from exceptionally low levels last year and is now mimicking what appears to be 2023 and maybe even returning to 2021 levels. Good news there. Gordon has been downgraded to a non-tropical depression and could redevelop later this week after the massive flooding rains in North Carolina. And we can watch a daredevil boater recording the historic storm lashing the North Carolina coast. Now, clearly this boat is moored. He's not sailing anywhere, but he is anchored there and just hunkered down. And now the full forecast: severe thunderstorms in the high plains, heavy rainfall in the mid-Atlantic. An enhanced risk, level 3 of 5 of severe thunderstorms is forecast to parse portions of the central high plains this afternoon. Severe wind gusts of up to 70 miles per hour and large hail will be possible. While PTC 8 has dissipated, additional heavy to excessive rainfall will be possible today across the mid-Atlantic, especially in southern Virginia. And heavy to excessive rainfall is forecast across portions of Montana on Wednesday, along with an isolated flash flooding threat. A slight risk of excessive rainfall, level 2 of 4, is in effect for central Montana tomorrow, and a Bering Sea low will continue to bring strong winds, moderate to heavy rainfall, and high seas in southwest Alaska. A North Pacific low may impact southwest Alaska as well at the end of the week. What a tweak. A quick look at the GFS model shows that potential tropical cyclone 8 there lingering around in that already flooded region of North Carolina. But take a look what's going to blow up over the next 3 to 6 hours over western Montana. And take a look at the blue in there. That's heavy snow for northwest Wyoming. Heavy wet snow. And flooding rains for western Montana, which is much needed as that moves through all the way through morning. So it's going to be quite a spicy night in Montana and the Rockies. Well, the rain here in the Rockies has just moved out, thankfully, but we did get a full inch today. Hey. But this in the Montana region, take a look at that, is going to be quite amazing. Let's take a look at the total snowfall from this event. We could be seeing 8 to 10 inches up in the high elevations there. And there is when the snow really picks up here in the first few days of October. Take a look at that. This is going to be a very heavy winter, in my opinion, for many regions. And there is no bunt cake for Al. Shut up, Al. Get in your hole. He was very unhappy. Al Gore is very unhappy about no bunt cake. Now, we do have a tropical storm that may develop in the Gulf in just a few days here, or just south of the Gulf and south of the Caribbean here, and move across Cuba and explode here on Wednesday, September 25th. It's been on the models for days, so something is definitely brewing here in the tropics, and this could be making landfall on Florida, up in that Panhandle region on Thursday, September 26th. So stay tuned for more updates. We are at the peak of tropical season, so Be prepared for anything. Speaking of anything, a new polar vortex is forming in the stratosphere over the northern pole and will bring its impacts on winter weather for 2024-25. As happens every year, the polar vortex develops in the fall and maintains itself all the way through spring, where it switches to the other side of the globe, the southern hemisphere, for their winter. And that is just a basic overview of the polar vortex. Seismic update. One word. No quakes of note. Normal activity worldwide. All low-level activity, which is good news. Worldwide volcano news. Semaru, who knew? Now you do. 14,000-foot puff leads the list today of erupting volcanoes worldwide, followed by Abeco to 14,000 feet. Reventador, 15,000-foot puff. Tucona on the list to 8,000. Swanasima puffing and passing to 7,000 foot today. Liwatobi to 10,000 foot. Semaru to 14,000 foot. Fuego to 16. Santoito, 15,000 foot puff. Sangay, 20,000 foot. Reventador, 15,000 foot. Sabancay to 20,000. Now, after a short-lived eruption on the Middle East rift zone near Napau crater yesterday on the 15th and 16th, a new eruptive fissure opened up slightly uphill along the middle part of the East rift zone near Makaopuhai crater inside Hawaii's Volcano National Park. So the rift zone on the side of Kilauea is erupting. Liwatobi to 10,000 feet. Reventador, 15,000 foot puff. Semaru to 14. Santoquito to 15. Fuego to 16. Abeco to 14. Nevado de Ruiz, 23,000 foot puff. White Island continues its assault with a 4,000 foot low level eruption today. And Sabancay to 23,000 feet wraps up worldwide volcano news. A better look at Kilauea's volcano update with the new eruption on the East Rift Zone. The USGS Hawaiian Volcano Observatory reported an eruptive activity increasing this morning between 4 and 5 a.m. Hawaii time, based on monitoring data and seismicity infrasound, webcam imagery, and GOES satellite thermal imagery. This is in such a remote region, there aren't people there, and they don't have cameras anywhere near the area. Here is the current mapping of the two lava pads from the former and currently erupting two zones on Kilauea's East Rift Zone. The thermal map of two small lava pads erupting on the 15th, 16th, and now the 17th in the upper zone. A quick look at space weather showing small sunspots peppering the disk, very low-level activity for 48 straight hours, and it appears as if solar max is over, Johnny. That's my opinion. We're probably not going to see much more in the way of large sunspots or the potential for superstorms moving forward as the sun goes quiet in the coming months. We will see some amazing space weather like this. Very low-level activity here. Take a look at the telemetry for this geomagnetic storm. Plasma speed didn't even barely get above 600 kilometers per second for a few minutes. And we've seen KP7 and 8 storms get up to 800 kilometers per second, even 900. So small perturbations create amazing geomagnetic storms because of our weakened magnetosphere. But the real reason we got up to such a high KP was a huge movement in the magnetometer, nothing more. So because of this, going from 140 nanoteslas all the way down to 0, a shift of 140 nanoteslas almost within an hour, that caused that spike up to KP 7.6 or 7. But also accentuated by a weakened magnetosphere. You can see it was a short-lived storm and rapidly has returned to normal. Now, if you haven't got out, if the skies are clear, you're going to be witnessing tonight the full harvest supermoon boom and also a partial lunar eclipse, which has peaked right now as the video is happening here in Mountain Time. It's just going to be a grazing partial, so you'll see some darkening up here in the northwestern quadrant of the moon, and that's about it. The peak, I believe, was at 10:45 Eastern, but it is a multi-hour event, so you'll be able to see some weirdness with the moon for several hours, an hour before at least, and an hour after. Now, if you haven't heard what has happened today, take a look at this. A wave of exploding pagers in Lebanon and Syria kills at least 8 and injures 1,000 or more, including members of Hezbollah. What do you mean, including? All of them were members of Hezbollah. These were their new pagers that just got unboxed, that they were all wearing, and they all exploded. They're saying that the lithium-ion batteries heated up and blew up. That's not the case here. These were all small, improvised explosive devices that were incorporated into their pagers. Who uses a pager, by the way? But I do digress, and they got what they deserve. Terrorists deserve their balls to blow up. Did you know that owls migrate too? Well, now you do. And owls are amazing creatures. And when you think of bird migrations, you might think of a bluebird or a robin first, even the October fall migration of hawks. But some owls migrate as well, such as the short-eared owl, which flies south for the winter. The northern saw-whet owl were once thought non-migratory, but in fact, they travel at night and migrate unseen by humans. The snowy owls breed in the Arctic and then wander towards the south in their migratory process, staying wherever they can to find food. And some burrowing owls spend their whole life in one place, but other groups migrate every spring and fall with the regularity of a bluebird. How do you like them apples? And if you didn't know, our affiliate, the Alliance of Native Seed Keepers, is opening their first storefront and clearing out their old warehouse. Their new storefront will be in Coltrane, North Carolina, I believe, and there are still a couple dozen vegetable seeds available for just $1 a pack. The cheapest seeds in the entire world, open-pollinated heirloom seeds from Native American-owned sources. The Alliance of Native Seed Keepers still has popcorn, corn seeds, red strawberry, and Stowell's evergreen, as well as chili peppers, glass gem corn, herbs like basil, sweet large tie leaf, caraway seeds, purple ruffles, flower seeds, and more. I just bought a bunch of eggplant, and let me see if I can go over here to the vegetable seeds so we can see what's still there. Yeah, some more chili peppers here, hot red chili available, Carolina Reapers if you want to freak out your friends, Casper white eggplant, just $1 a pack, Seneca red stalker, $1 a pack, Caraway canary yellow melons, $1. Most of it $1 for tomatoes. Amana orange. I just bought some of these Tigerellas green striped tomatoes here for just $1 a pack. Go get them before they run out, and that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video, get seeds, help with your preparedness, and help with the channel. Hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't. We love each and every one of you. Be safe. And that is a boom to knowledge. Share this video. We love you.